Hello. Today, we shall reminisce. Reading at the start.
After all that's happened, you really want to stay in the world. Yeah. All that we have is here. You and I. Yes, this place is all we have.
Crazy old circle.
The online game, The World, Revision 2. It has now become a place where players prey on other players. A lawless land, filled with an overabundance of PKers. And the PKKer, feared by all PKers, was Haseo, the terror of death. Haseo searched and at long last found his hated enemy, Tri-Edge, but discovered he was no match for him. He was then reduced to level 1 by Tri-Edge's data drain. In his search for a power that could defeat Tri-Edge, Haseo learned of the anomaly known as Aida, and the epitaph users that could resist them. And that lured him towards their power, the Avatars. Bordeaux, a PKer with a grudge against Haseo. Matsu, the 7th unit leader of the Moon Tree Guild. Alkaid, the former emperor who fights to regain her throne. Through battling these three, Haseo grew both as an epitaph user and as a person. Upon defeating Endrance, the beautiful emperor of the Demon Palace, Haseo learned that he had been using Aida to fill a hole in his heart from something lost in his past. On the day Haseo was crowned the new emperor, the young girl of Moontree, Adelie, disappeared. In his search for her, Haseo came upon outer space, and at last encountered Tri-Edge. In his second battle with Tri-Edge, Haseo came out victorious. Tri-Edge was broken up into data fragments and was lost. But just when everyone had let down their guards, a vast number of Aida tentacles suddenly appeared. And pierced Atali's body.
Atali!
Haseo?
Atali!
I have to get up. I'll get yelled at again if I don't.
Atali! Atali!
If I could only be more like Haseo.
Hey! Atali! Atali!
Huh? Where am I?
In an at-home. Ours.
And at home. Oban told me. And then I started to hear.
Atali, calm down.
And then.
Atali! Get away from there!
Huh?
Atali! Hey, Atali! Atali, are you okay? Come on, speak to me! Damn it! Not this again! This isn't happening! Oh, Haseo. Just leave everything to me. Come on! Mega!
Don't worry, you'll be safe now.
So how do you feel, Atali? Are you hurt anywhere?
I'm okay, I think. Huh? What? My voice!
You know, we haven't heard Atali say anything for a while now.
Maybe her mic is broken.
At times like these, it's best to just log out and reboot.
Okay, I'll just log out now. Huh? I can't log out? Wait a minute. Where am I? Where is this place? I don't know where I am.
This is Raven's.
No! That's not what I mean! This is an online game, right?
Well, yeah.
They're not here! My controller! My desk! My M2D! Where am I? What's happening? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Don't worry about your character. Just remove your M2D and... Wait. Wait a second. I don't understand. Where are we right now?
Huh? We're right... What the hell? Haseo, what about you? Where are you right now?
Wait, am I seeing the world directly? But where did my real self go?
Wait, we've got to log out! Everyone log out!
Damn, I can't! What the hell is going on here?
Is this a really bad dream or something?
Calm down. Currently, it appears that all the players in the world cannot log out from the game's master server.
Wait a minute, all the players?
Yes, under the circumstances, it is most likely that the Aida phenomenon is to blame for this.
Wait a sec! Never mind logging out. What I want to know is, are we all really inside the game? But that's impossible! Even for Aida!
Your senses should be informing you that you have now ventured into the game's wondrous world. If you say that this truth is only an imaginary one, then I ask you, where is the real world? As long as they cannot be refuted, there is no end to the possibilities in this world.
Perhaps it's also Ida's influence that's keeping us from hearing Adeli's voice.
What is this Aida anyway? Some kind of bug?
Anyway, we've got to figure out the situation.
Putting aside our inability to log out, it looks as though the game itself is functioning normally. We can use chaos gates, platforms, and save shops as we did before this began. We can preserve our data at save shops as usual, but we cannot check email or forums from outside of the game. We still lack information. I'd like all of you to help investigate the situation. Pi, search the areas. Kun, go and search Lumina Cloth.
Understood.
Got it.
Haseo, search Makanu.
Fine with me.
You're tired. You should rest here for a little while.
Okay. What's happening to me? Oh yeah, that's right. Sakaki. I have to contact him. I have to find him first.
I need to ask around Makanu. I should start by asking as many players as possible.
Yeah. Right, this will be interesting. less than I thought. Right. That's battles, that'll get done eventually. This is... really? Okay. Items, of course that one wasn't going to get done. Arena matches. That's a given. New dungeon types. Monsters, obviously, and... bike parts now. What's wrong with the world? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. What's going on? Get me out of here. Help me. I can't seem to log out for some reason. I seem to be inside the world and... What's going on? Am I really inside the world? I'm dreaming. There's gotta be a dream. Must be because I haven't slept in 4 days and I couldn't hold up anymore. Now I'm terrible. I can't stop playing the world even in my dreams. Where am I? Is this really the world? Where's the development room? The debug machine? No way. This bug was... Hello there, young man. What a coincidence seeing you here. Great. Why can't I log out? What am I gonna do when I have to go to the bathroom? Log out with the logout command. This has never happened before. What should I do? What am I gonna do? You're inside the game. There's no response on the healing receiver either. I can't use my transformation cancel command either. Contact my squad leader or the other members at all. What's going on? Can't I log out? I'm not mistaken, we're inside the game, aren't we? This is a much bigger problem than not being able to log out. What could be happening? I simply don't understand it. Excuse me. I have something I'd like to ask you. We're inside of the world right now. I don't mean that we're playing the world. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to say. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You scared me. Don't sneak up on me like that. I just got a message from Sakaki telling all of us to meet at Moontree. I presume we'll be going off to stop Kestrel from taking advantage of this situation and causing disturbances. Hey, you there? What's going on? What on earth is happening? Am I able to log out? Is some new type of bug? The debug is doing. Why hasn't this been reported? Less than 3 seconds from going off the deep end. Friggin' black screen. My friend was PK'd and won't come back. Be enough Inquisition for now. And Yada sure loves to give orders. There's a disturbance in the central district. I better hurry and check it out. Where are the admins? Come on out. What are you looking at? Got a problem with me?
Hey, what's going on here? Why can't I log out?
Is this some kind of event? Or someone's bad joke?
Can you tell me what's happening? You're some kind of admin guy, right?
Please, calm down. We are working hard to...
How do you expect us to calm down?
What are you gonna do about this?
I'm terribly sorry. Please, just try to be patient for a while.
So, that guy in the blue suit is an admin. It looks like even CC Corp doesn't have a very good handle on the situation.
I have some information on the situation. Please come to the Serpent of Law immediately.
A short mail. Yada's calling me. Let's head back to Raven's Serpent of Lore.
Hey! You! Why can't I log out of here? Come on, speak up, will ya? Damn it! Damn it! Where am I? What is this place? Why am I actually inside the game?
So it seems that humans who lack morals both online and offline say the very same things after all. Well, it seems that you only act strong when facing those weaker than you. Pitiful. If you're that scared, run back to Kestrel with your tail between your legs. As reported, it looks like those from Kestrel are stirring more panic in the people. Everyone, go support the town's order. We must not let them panic.
Understood.
Adelie. I was so worried about you. Are you okay?
I'm sorry, Sakaki.
What's wrong? I can't seem to hear you.
You see,
Ever since you were killed by a bugged monster, you've been unable to speak?
yes, I know it's kind of hard to believe.
Oh no, I believe it. You're not one to tell a lie.
Sakaki.
I'm sure you know this, but all players are currently unable to log out from the game. In fact, they have lost sight of their very selves. It's almost as if their minds have been absorbed into the heart of the world itself.
But it's just an online game.
That's right, a game. But at the same time, it's also a reality all its own, Adelie. At any rate, we must stop the players from panicking. You will help us, won't you?
Yes.
Good girl. Well then.
So Mr. Sakaki's the only one you can rely on after all, huh?
Haseo!
So it's you, Terror of Death.
Hello.
It appears there are only enemies to be found in your world.
Adelie, why are you here? I thought I told you to stay at the at-home.
I'm sorry. I thought I should contact Sakaki and...
Listen to me. This isn't something Moontree can do anything about.
I see. Are you saying that you can solve this situation?
With a lot more certainty than you can. What's so funny?
Conceit. Don't you agree that it is the lust for power that is most certain to make fools out of people? Terror of Death.
What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. Adelie.
Yes!
I will see you later.
Why did you say that?
Huh?
Why did you have to say things like that? Sakaki, Moontree, just wants to try and solve the situation. They only want to help everyone.
Aida isn't a problem that Moontree can solve.
But even so... I don't understand. I just don't understand you, Haseo.
I see.
The situation is much more serious than we thought.
Let us summarize for a moment. Ever since the Aida phenomenon occurred while searching for Adelie, no one has been able to log out of the game. Furthermore, none of the players have been able to return to their real-world selves and their real lives. And no new players have been able to log into the game. Communications with the outside receive no reply.
Some of the players have panicked to the point where they're starting to get violent. It seems that the system admins can't contain these players any longer.
Yes, the system admins themselves are just as confused. Right now, their real selves are... At this point, we're no different than the Lost Ones.
It is quite obvious that the reason for this abnormality is Aida. If we ever want to return to the real world again, it is imperative that we investigate Aida as quickly as possible. And one more thing. Let me tell you something important.
Something important?
Now that her epitaph has been stolen, Adeli's PC data is starting to degenerate.
Degenerate? What is he talking about?
I'm sorry.
But why didn't you tell us?
That's enough. Isn't it obvious? She didn't want us to worry about her. Yada, in this world our minds aren't residing in our bodies, but in our player characters, right?
That is merely speculation. But in this case, it would seem to be the most likely explanation for what we are experiencing.
So this is a world where our minds and characters are linked together.
So, what will happen if Adeli's character data is lost while she's in this world?
There is a distinct possibility that her own consciousness will be lost as well.
What? You've got to be kidding me!
What should we do? How can we cure her of this?
Is your head just for decoration? You should try thinking before you make a big fuss.
Master Yada, do we know anything else?
This too is only a guess. But it seems that this place is not really the world as we thought. It is a false world that Aida has created by copying the data off of CC Corp's servers. I believe that the world we are currently inside of is such a place.
So then, this is some kind of a mirror server.
That's one way to put it. Adeli, at one time you had the power to distinguish Aida's sound from all others.
Aida's sound?
Come to think of it, didn't you say something like that when we found Indiglut Lu?
Well... If you mean hearing strange sounds and seeing bug-like things, I've had that happen a number of times.
Have you heard that sound after being placed in your present condition?
No, I haven't.
I thought so. It all makes sense. It would seem that the data Aida stole from her is...
You don't mean the young girl's Morgana factor?
Morgana factor? What's that?
Master Yada.
It's all right to tell him all about it now. The Morgana factor is the specialized data that makes Epitaph users unique.
Epitaph users are special characters created by CC Corp for use during certain projects. Thus, Epitaph user PCs have data inside them that is not found inside regular PCs.
That's the Morgana factor, usually called epitaphs.
So the reason that we can use avatars is because we have that Morgana factor? I mean epitaphs?
That's right.
Hence, epitaph users.
CC Corp wants to mass-produce Epitaph users.
You mean as a defense against Aida?
Yes, but thanks to strong protection protocols, we've been unable to adequately analyze them. We still don't know exactly what the Morgana factor is.
Thanks to that, not only can't we mass produce, we can't even make a copy of it.
So why not just bring the creator in on it? He should be able to take care of that without a problem.
As far as we know, the Morgana factor was not created by any one person.
Well then, how did you get a hold of him in the first place?
We managed to salvage it from the dark abyss of this world.
The abyss of this world?
Each of the Morgana factors has its own name and identity. In my case, the name of my avatar is Tarvos, the epitaph of the Avenger.
My avatar's name is Magus, the epitaph of the propagation.
As for Aseo, his avatar goes by the name of Skaith. He is the epitaph of the terror of death.
The terror of death.
It's an odd coincidence that it's the same as your PKK nickname. Even with Magus's the propagation, we can't repair the Morgana factor.
Thus, now that she has lost her epitaph user abilities, Atali can no longer hear Aida's sound.
Maybe that's also part of the reason why Atali lost her voice.
Yada, what can we do to help her?
There are no alternatives but to try to recover her Morgana factor from Aida. However,
What?
it will be difficult to trace Aida precisely, now that we are no longer on the actual CC Corp server. Fortunately for us, this Aida server is far from being perfect. This world contains seams in the structure. The fact that we can save our data is proof of that.
That means...
Yes, all we have to do is find them. It seems to me that at this point, our only acceptable option is to infiltrate the Aida areas and conduct a thorough search.
Infiltrate? You mean with just us? There's no way we could possibly cover all the Aida areas between just the few of us.
This is an emergency. We will reach out and ask other players for help.
That's pretty impressive coming from someone as secretive as you.
Paseo, I believe you had a relationship with those at Moontree. You should go and ask them for help.
Moontree? Do you think there's a chance that they would really listen to me?
Moontree would never abandon someone in trouble. That's what Sakaki always said. That Moontree is there to help save people.
I will go and contact Zelkova myself. Hi, I want you to go with Haseo and help with his negotiations.
Yes, Master Yada.
What about me?
Atali, you will stay here.
Huh? But
If news of that arm were to spread beyond this group, it would only make things worse.
Off to Moontree headquarters. Don't forget, the area words are Delta setting Eternity's night moon.
I'll be back.
Okay, I'll be waiting at the Chaos Gate. I'm sure you realize this, but we didn't come here to fight.
Yeah.
I'll handle the negotiations, so just act appropriately and try to get on their good side. Besides, it seems that for whatever reason, Zelkova has taken a liking to you.
I bid you welcome.
Haseo, welcome! Have you had the chance to read the email from our guildmaster? His name is Master Yada.
Yep, we sure did. Every word.
Good. Then I would like to discuss the investigation of this system abnormality.
You're beating around the bush. Why not try telling us directly what it is you want?
I don't know what you mean.
Perhaps this will clarify things. I'm saying that perhaps you should consider bowing down and gracefully begging us to help you with your desire to escape from the Aida server. Members of GU. You Raven, that is GU members, are conducting an investigation of Aida, are you not?
Some secret.
Mr. Sakaki, I'm quite surprised by... I was not aware that anything like that was going on.
I'm sorry. I felt I should keep it to myself until I was able to confirm it, as it was uncertain information. However, it would appear that it was not far off the mark.
Now, this is no time to be fighting each other. Although our positions may be quite different, our intentions are the same. Am I wrong?
There is no falsehood in my devotion to Moontree.
All right, let's cooperate with Haseo and his friends. After all, we do have to escape from here eventually.
Good. Then we shall follow your directions. Naturally, we have no intention of making GU public, rest assured.
Thank you.
So, what exactly is it that you would like us to do?
Currently, the place in which we are all trapped is not within a CC Corp server. You must try to think of it as if someone sent us all to a mirror server and then isolated it.
So then, that would be the Aida server.
Our objective is to find the many seams which exist inside this Aida server.
Seams?
Yes. We would like you to help us find phenomena that would normally be impossible to find in the world.
A data irregularity. In other words, you'd like us to find a bug.
That's right.
Very well. We'll take our units, split up, and search the different areas.
All right, I've got to do my best for Master Sakaki. Don't go out of your way just to get Master Sakaki's attention. Do you people get that?
Whoa! Getting a little scary there, pansies.
Well, Sakaki has decided to cooperate with you. No need to worry about a thing. I'll help you out.
I may as well do some work myself.
Everyone, don't forget to report in regularly, all right? Now, let's be off.
Very well, if you'll excuse us.
All right. See you later, Haseo. Bye!
But how...
I have a little about that scene since Clover said he read an email, but he couldn't be able to read an email because he can't log off to read emails at the moment. But whatever.
How does he know about Ida and GU?
Hey, at least we didn't have to spend a lot of time explaining.
Honestly, do you realize the significance of this? Orders from Master Yada. Although it's not certain, an area with faint Ida signals has been found. We'll meet up with Kuhn and conduct a thorough investigation of Delta Galloping Settled Desert.
Yeah, pathetic little 43 area.
They're here!
Who are you?
We're searching for the criminals who have been spreading viruses all over this world.
If we PK everyone, we should be able to find the culprits sooner or later, right?
And once we do, we can finally return to our own world and be done with this place. Tough break, guys.
Are you serious? So you're PKing because you couldn't handle the anxiety?
What was that? That's it. No mistake here. These guys are definitely the culprits. Get them! Bring it on! Tiger Bullet! Electro Bullet!
This is a piece of cake. Those guys just now were PKers from Kestrel, right?
Yeah, this is bad. It seems like everyone's starting to panic and go crazy in the different areas.
Then we'd better hurry and find a solution before things get much worse. Come on.
Oops.
Are you nuts? This area is full of PKers.
Perhaps there's a connection between them and the Ida signals. We'd better be careful.
Here's our chance! Tiger Blade!
This is a piece of cake.
You're not getting away!
Tiger Blade! Electro Bullet!
As expected. You're not getting away!
Here's our chance!
Tiger Blitz!
As expected.
I'll crush you! Tiger Blitz!
Of course we won.
You're open! Tiger Blitz!
Justice prevails!
You're open! Tiger Blitz!
This is a piece of cake.
Here's our chance!
Tiger Blitz!
Sword shot!
I didn't even break a sweat.
Your guard's down.
Tiger Blitz!
Justice prevails!
I'll crush you! Tiger Blitz!
No doubt about it!
Aida!
Aseo, let's take it out!
I got it. All right. Come on. Come on. I'm right here! Skate!
tool. Data seed. What's this?
Good. That takes care of the AIDA signals in this area.
A short mail. It's Nala from Moontree.
I heard that you are investigating this area as well. Sorry for the trouble, but please come to the Beast Temple. Must have discovered something right away. Might as well go and see them. Need symbol fragments if I'm going to the Beast Temple.
You're mine!
Of course we won.
You're open! Tiger Blade!
As expected.
You're open! Tiger Blade!
Of course we won. You're not getting away!
Tiger Blade!
I didn't even break a sweat.
I'll crush you! Tiger Blade! Bullet!
I didn't even break a sweat.
Gotta check.
Ah, yes, yes. What perfect timing.
What's this about?
I'm afraid I have no idea. I just arrived here myself, but you can hear voices coming from inside.
I think we should go find out who's inside the temple.
Gabi. But why would Kestrel's guildmaster be...
Ovan!
Oh, it's you!
Ovan, why are you here?
I wonder.
I didn't ask you.
I suppose you could say I was just talking with an old friend.
Ovan and I once pledged eternal brotherhood to each other.
Like I care. Answer me, Ovan. What are you doing here?
The same thing you are.
What?
I'm searching for a way to escape from the Aida server. After all, I don't plan on being here forever. Is that not your ultimate objective as well? As members of GU?
But how? I want to know how you know about GU. Who told you? What is it that you want?
Please, calm down, Master Haseo. I assure you that our objective, and his, is to investigate the Aida server and to use that information to escape. In other words, we are all comrades in arms, and there's no reason for us to fight amongst ourselves.
Investigator? Honestly, Yada is just wasting our time.
What do you mean?
He already knows the means by which we could escape.
What are you saying?
Am I wrong, Pi? If this server was based off of an original CC Corp server, there should be an operation folder somewhere.
Operation folder?
A file that unifies and manages the entire system that makes up the world. If one could control it, one could then make it possible to send character data to a regular server. Yada is the longtime leader of Project GU. Naturally, he would know everything about the world. There is no way that he would not be aware of the operation folder.
Pi! Is that true? Did Yada really know about all this?
That's...
Tell us the truth, Pi. Did that ass really know about the existence of the operation folder and not tell us?
We didn't have any proof. That's why Master Yada...
Proof? Can we afford to take time to look for something like that?
But we don't know the dangers.
Is there any place in this entire world without danger? Now, why would Yada not tell you about the folder? Perhaps it's because he never had any desire at all to escape. Everything felt by the players trapped in this game: fear, sorrow, anger, confusion. This server is filled with such intense feelings. Now, what better place could there be to observe Aida's caustic effects on players and their characters? Yes, that's right. This is his ideal laboratory.
So we're all just his guinea pigs? Neither you nor Yada ever had any intention of saving Adelie, did you?
Haseo, listen.
Shut up! What kind of lie are you gonna tell me now? Using people like they were nothing. Telling them whatever they want to hear. Do you want to know what I think about that?
Haseo!
Don't stop me, Coon!
Stop it! There'll be no hope for Adelie if we fight each other here. Nevertheless, I agree with you, Haseo.
Coon.
We're going back to the Serpent of Lore to confirm this with Yada. We'll talk after that.
Ovan. So, you know Yada too?
Yes, he's an old friend.
Give him my best regards.
We will meet again, Haseo.
This is ridiculous. Everyone's always hiding something from me.
I'll continue with the investigation then.
Please do. All right, let's go.
Yeah, what is he up to? Go to the Seven-in-Law and ask him myself. Okay. Kind of annoying.
Alright, so let's hear it. The truth. Why didn't you tell us about the operation folder?
I was only keeping quiet until I was able to obtain proof. It would not have been right to confuse you all with a mere unsubstantiated theory.
That's a nice way of putting it.
We will now proceed to infiltrate the operation folder and conduct a forced transfer command.
How?
We will use Tri-Edge's signs. These signs possess traits that allow them to be used as transportation devices. In other words, chaos gates that were made by Aida. There are holes in CC Corp's server, and consequently, holes in Aida's server as well.
Master Yada was putting together a transfer program designed to make reverse use of those holes.
No telling how much of that is true.
The only hole we've identified that connects to the operation folder can be found at Delta Hidden Forbidden Bulwark on the Morrigu Barrow Wall. Haseo, Pai, and Kun, you will infiltrate the operation folder using Tri-Edge's sign to gain access. You will then execute the transfer command from the same folder. I have already given Pai instructions on how to configure and execute the program. Head for Morrigu Barrow Wall and investigate the sign.
Understood.
Fine.
Can I? Doesn't count. Okay. Let's see you. Because how did I can and I can't. Kinda sad, isn't it?
Come on, let's head out for Delta Hidden Forbidden Bulwark, the Morigubeiro Wall.
We're gonna go hack the sign and infiltrate the operation folder. Target Tri-Edge's sign. We don't have enough data seeds.
Jeez, what good is that gonna do for us?
I've just received information from Master Yada about a new Aida corrupted area. If we can just keep data draining the Aida in this area, we should be able to gather more data seeds.
You're open! Justice prevails!
Here's our chance!
As expected.
Is it up top?
You're open! Electro bullet! Justice prevails!
Too many steam doors.
Here's our chance! Tiger Blitz!
As expected. Your guard's down.
Tiger Blitz!
Of course we won.
I'll crush you!
Thunder!
Tiger Blitz!
I didn't even break a sweat.
First.
You're not getting away.
Electro Bullet!
Tiger Blitz!
No doubt about it.
You're open!
Electro Bullet! No doubt about it. Here's our chance.
Thunder Spark!
Of course we won.
I'll crush you!
Thunder!
Tiger Blitz!
No doubt about it.
Another freaking steam knot second.
Aida confirmed. Be careful, Haseo.
Ugh, don't break it with the blaster.
Haseo, don't let your guard down. There's still other Ida signals. We can make the dungeons better.
You're open! I didn't even break a sweat. You're open! Tiger Blitz! Electro Bullet!
Of course you won. Your guard's down. As expected.
Here's almost the goddamn point. Whatever. Maybe. Oh.
Here's our chance!
This is a piece of cake.
Here's our chance!
Of course he won. You're not getting away! Tiger Blitz! As expected.
He will have a chance to jump.
Aida confirmed. Look out, Haseo.
Once again, almost perfect, no damage. Actually got me with my bolts there at the end.
Good. We've got enough data seeds. Let's go back. We don't have any time to waste.
Got a little time, boy.
So, this is the operation folder?
Not yet. We're still in the connecting hall.
So what should we do?
We'll have to get into the system's upper layer.
Wait, something's coming!
Looks like one of Aida's guards to me.
There! Perfect. I'll tear it to pieces. All right. Come on. Come on. I'm right here! Skye!
Oh, damn.
What is this? O-Van-01. Ovan?
There may be other gatekeepers showing up soon. Hurry!
Pokeball.
So this is the operation folder.
So it would seem.
Please enter your certification ID. Identification confirmed. Access granted. Please enter your command.
Display the current server status.
Acknowledged.
Execute a program using all of the above parameters.
Confirmed. Please load the program now. Loading. Executing transfer command. Commencing countdown. 50. 49. 48. 47.
Cut processes
46,
239 to 361.
45,
Hurry up and execute.
44, 43, 42. Acknowledged. Processing. Executing transfer command.
What the? Look, it's spreading!
What is that?
Hey!
What's going to happen?
Magic circle!
Hey, what's going on?
Is it the end of the world?
What is this place? Aida! Damn, of all the times. Damn, I can't move! Because of these! Damn it! Huh? They took out Aida? What in the world are they? There's still something inside. What is that? It's a coffin. Tri-edge? I know we've returned to the real world, but everything that happened on the Aida server somehow took place in only a few minutes of real time. The one who appeared inside the operation folder was Tri-edge. There were two others besides Tri-edge there. I'd like to know who on earth they were. They were attacking Aida. Does that mean that Tri-edge isn't Aida? And also, Adelie.
And now the Salvador Ayahara. Online Jack investigators have discovered a mysterious message in the hospital room of the missing Osamu Kawaguchi. We now head to the home of Associate Professor Sugai to decipher its cryptic meaning. Okay, everyone, let's call our Salvador Ihara.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. Salvador Ihara's Online Jack! The program that researches the hottest breakthrough topics and tells you everything you need to know about it. That's Online Jack. Our team, along with teacher Michiru Tajima, has begun the search for missing child Osamu Kawaguchi after an odd incident while investigating Doll Syndrome, the mysterious disease that has been spreading among elementary school students. We began by visiting the home of Associate Professor Taichiro Sugai. All right, this is Professor Sugai's private apartment. Man, can you believe it? His private life for all to see. Still, you know...
Be quiet!
Sir, we're so sorry.
Yes, please pardon our intrusion.
If it wasn't for Mr. Jima's recommendation, I would have never let you get past the door.
Professor, I only wish to find out the truth.
Professor. Skaith, Innis, Magus, do you have any idea what the blood-written words in Osamu's ward meant?
Are you aware of the epitaph of Twilight?
The what?
Yes, I've heard of it. It was the novel that served as the basis for the settings of the world.
It's a poem. And within it is contained the names of the 8 ominous waves.
So you mean there really is a connection between this incident and the world?
Whoever left the bloody words evidently had extremely strong feelings regarding the world.
So, it's possible that Osamu may not have been the one who wrote them, right?
The word or anagram Aida, which appeared in your show while you were taping at Osamu's, is unknown. However,
Sakaki.
Can you tell me about Sakaki?
There were 6 boys who were all part of the same guild in the online game, The World.
This is Moon Trees.
The boys were also members of a guild called Moontree.
So all those children were part of an online game group too?
It's the 7 Council. Ha!
That's right. The PC name for one of the members of the 7 Council, a Moontree admin group, is...
Sakaki.
My pupil?
These were taken before his disappearance.
Oh my, that's Osamu.
There were many unresolved rumors about the world circulating 7 years ago.
When a bunch of players fell into comas.
What?
Yes, I've come to believe that the world has some sort of effect on people's brains for some unknown reason. That's the hypothesis I based my investigation on.
So everything is connected to the events of 7 years ago?
Toru.
Strange incidences such as irregularities in electrical equipment occurred in the hospital as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder who sent me this email.
Sheesh, Michiru, don't scare me like that.
What? We have to stop it.
Michiru! Michiru Tajima has just suddenly run out of Professor Sugai's apartment. What was the message on her cell phone that made her run? Hey, Michiru, wait up!
Doll syndrome spreads. Today, a 5th grade student from an elementary school in Narita, Wakayama, was diagnosed with Doll syndrome. This is the 72nd domestic case to date. According to the Prefectural Health and Welfare Office, as well as the local hospital, the boy complained of convulsions in his limbs and was soon diagnosed with mild Doll syndrome based on the other clinical symptoms. The boy remains conscious and reportedly describes the details of his symptoms himself. The boy belonged to both his school's soccer and computer clubs. He was practicing with his teammates to compete in the prefecture-wide tournament the very day he came down with Doll syndrome. The boy's doctor told the press that there are many cases of Doll syndrome appearing even in people who rarely touch computers or go online. This boy only used the internet no more than 1 hour a day himself, in an effort to avoid reports that computers were responsible for the boy's condition. Progress remains slow on domestic Doll syndrome research, and there are no specialized institutions to deal with the disease. Yuichi Sawaguchi, the representative for Doll Defense, a group comprised of fathers and brothers of children who have the disease, had this to say: "We want Japan to establish a special research group for the disease. This is a problem that affects the future of our entire country."
A mysterious illness known as Doll syndrome has shown signs of spreading among elementary school students throughout the region. It is a complex illness characterized by a number of symptoms, which include emotional disorders and physical impairments. Despite concerted research on this disease, a cure has yet to be found.
Mass hallucinations in the world? It was a day that would live in infamy for CyberConnect Japan, hereafter referred to as CC Corp. Tens of thousands of complaints were registered from players of CC Corp's popular MMORPG The World, claiming they had been trapped inside the game. CC Corp's customer support was completely swamped under the pressure, and their company website went down for an unspecified length of time. Each of the claims said that players were trapped inside of the world and were unable to log out. In response, CC Corp announced that the phenomenon was actually a type of cyber terrorism, in which a program containing subliminal effects was somehow launched inside the world. CC Corp said they would be filing a report with the NAB to have the incident investigated. Assistant Professor of Psychology at Musasahino University, Takeishi Nishikawa, had this to say: "While it is true that subliminal effects exist, test subjects have always had to focus intently on the media that contains them for them to work. It is hard enough to eliminate background noise and other distractions in a laboratory, let alone everyday life, to achieve the kind of effect being talked about here. Furthermore, it has been proven repeatedly that subliminal effects do not have anywhere near the necessary power to physically affect human behavior. As an example, imagine that there was a food commercial that contained a subliminal message urging the viewer to buy its product. In this case, it is possible that someone who watched this commercial with an intense focus would think that they enjoyed the commercial, or that its product looked delicious, but this does not lead directly to actually buying the product, which means that the effects mentioned by CC Corp would be practically impossible." Well then, what caused the trouble? While it's not unthinkable that a number of players could be making all of this up, there are no facts to back up this theory. For that matter, there is no apparent reason why nearly all the players logged in at the time would do so, because records show no more than a few minutes of network troubles on CC Corp servers, and with the rest of the day having run smoothly as usual, it seems likely that this incident will remain a mystery. CC Corp announced that they will release the results of their investigation soon, and requested that players wait patiently until they do.
After the alleged mass hallucination event that occurred in the online game The World, the game's proprietor, CC Corporation, has launched an investigation to see if this was part of a cyber-terrorist attack against the company's operations.
First crew members head for village. The first round of crew members bound for the International Space Station Village have left the Earth on the space shuttle Galleon. Galleon contains 32 engineers and operators from all over the world. On their arrival, they will begin preparations for the arrival of the second unit of crew members due in 2 months. The village's main purpose will be to cultivate outer space, the construction of a moon base, a manned exploration of Mars, a search for unknown life forms, The formation of a solar power generation facility, space generator, and other projects are all part of future plans for the station. In related news, Chris Endeavour, the representative for the International Space Association, proudly announced that Village would also have its first civilian visitors soon, making a bold new step in mankind's expansion to space.
The International Space Station Project Village has officially begun operations. Researchers from around the world are scheduled to visit the station to perform a variety of missions during the next 6 months.
New PCI makes thoughts real. A research team at Guado University announced that they had succeeded in developing a new kind of BCI. BCI stands for Brain-Computer Interface. It's a next-generation interface that can read the brainwaves that humans produce when they think or act, and then use them to move computer cursors, appliance switches, and more. Many of the BCIs that have been announced up until now have needed to implant their brain with brainwave reading devices inside a human head in order to preserve accurate readings. But the BCI that the Guado group has developed only needs to have a few patches placed on your head for the same or better results. Not only that, they've managed to reduce the size of the unit to about 1/30th, roughly the same as a box of matches. And this paves the way for an interface that was previously only used in medical treatments to be used in a wide variety of applications for the household. It has been confirmed that the device can already control air conditioners, lighting, microwaves, and cell phones. But this new version can also control word processing and spreadsheet software, simple games like chess and Othello, and even complex games like The World and Ring of Master with precision. CyberConnect Corporation has already announced computers and games software that incorporates the device to be available in 2 years, and other companies are reportedly eager to begin developing new products with the technology. The research team that invented it has gone on record saying that they next plan to research technology that can convey a person's words and thoughts directly to another person, just like telepathy. We can hardly wait. Doll syndrome. Doll Syndrome Symposium in Germany. A symposium on Doll syndrome was recently held in Germany. Doll syndrome is a mysterious illness affecting young children all over the world. Currently, no cure or prevention method exists, and medical practitioners from many countries are unsure of how to proceed. Symptoms include paralysis and convulsion of the limbs, unresponsiveness, and lethargy. To date, the cause is still unknown. The World Medical Organization has announced close to 2,000 patients of the disease around the world. Most of them are children in the lower teens, with occasional cases of children 5 to 6 or adults over 20. The majority of cases also occur in developed countries, with developing countries having almost no reports of the disease at all. Reports from the symposium provided many examples of patients that exhibited identical brainwave patterns. This discovery should help aid doctors in discovering the disease more quickly. Talks were held during panel discussions about why the disease primarily affects children in technologically advanced countries, as well as its possible causes and treatments. However, these have yet to produce any concrete results. And the solution is expected soon, as Down syndrome is becoming a worldwide epidemic.
A medical symposium on Doll syndrome was held this week in Hamburg, Germany. Doctors and governments from around the globe are unsure of how to handle the mysterious illness targeting children.
Crimson Versus servers back online. At long last, Crimson Versus, which had been taken offline to finish work on a new revision, is back online. Or its parent company, CyberConnect Japan, hereafter CC Corp, which had suffered numerous trials and tribulations in this year alone. The return of this popular game, loved by young and old alike, couldn't have come at a better time. In this new version, the rules and interface have been heavily reworked. Because this is a new release, the number of cards available is still rather low, but thanks to reports of new booster packs being released soon, fans should have nothing to worry about. Fans of the previous version may be put off at the fact that they can no longer use their old cards, but as the game is now easier to play than ever, we would encourage you to try it for yourself. The real-life version of Crimson Versus, which preceded its online counterpart, is also selling out everywhere. To commemorate the success of its real-world version and the return of its online counterpart, CC Corp is currently holding an online and offline connection campaign. This campaign allows participants to send in barcodes received from real-world starter and booster packs to CC Corp in exchange for special cards for the online version. The campaign only lasts for a month, so we recommend not waiting around. Crimson Versus looks to maintain both its on- and offline popularity. We hope that die-hard fans and beginners alike will try this brand new world for themselves.
At long last, the return of the popular card game. New friends and foes, new powers and new dangers. Who will control their own destiny to win it all? It's Crimson vs. Red Rebellion, on sale now. Also look for the new Crimson vs. Real Generation coming soon.
Kids and MMORPGs, the good and the bad. A system known as guilds exists in many online games. Guilds often have their own local rules that differ from guild to guild, and have nothing to do with how the game is played, which exists to strengthen bonds among guild members and to help provide quick support for those who need it. These rules, despite the formal name, are usually nothing more than polite common sense. Things like, be sure to greet everyone you meet. If someone helps you, you should then help someone else. And be sure to listen to what other people have to say. However, it seems that even these local rules are troublesome for our children. This is because those are exactly the kind of things they are right in the middle of learning, and because they are still learning them, they often make mistakes or don't even realize that they've done something wrong. In regular society, adults will usually accept and forgive most of these mistakes, but that is not the case online. It makes no difference if the player is an adult or a child. The same level of courtesy and responsibility is expected from everyone. There. This becomes a large source of strain and stress for children who play these games. Some claim that this stress is what causes Doll syndrome, but science has yet to verify these claims. However, there are some who say that making these mistakes is actually a good thing. In our current society, there is practically no way whatsoever for children to gain real-world experience, especially now that they don't even get scolded for stealing the next-door neighbor's tomatoes, nor forced to be the dispensable minion when pretending to be superheroes. What a sad situation. But with online games, especially in guilds, children are able to practice real life in adult society without the pitfalls of reality. Things like listening to other people, showing respect, helping those in need, and self-control. All simple things, but also ones difficult to experience as of late. The online world may be harsh for still developing children, but it may also be a necessary evil for them, now that they no longer experience such harshness in their real lives. Salvador, wild at Koshigawa premiere. Today, popular talent Salvador Aihara attended a press conference for the premiere of his first movie, Koshigawa Story. Koshigawa Story stars the Brazilian-born Saitama-raised Salvador Aihara in a movie based partially on his own life. Aihara shaved his trademark beard and lost over 20 pounds in order to play the part. In the film, he displays his fluency in Portuguese and shows his love for his family when he cries on cue by remembering how I missed my mother in Brazil when I was younger. When Yuki Akiyama was asked whether her co-star hit on her at all during the production, he fondly replied, He confessed his love every time he saw me. Aihara responded by saying, Yui is an ideal woman. She exemplifies both the beauty and the kindness that Japanese women are known for. However, this only resulted in spontaneous laughter from the press as they started snickering that Aihara's illness had started up again. One thing is certain though, Aihara's charisma, which can even turn scandals into laughs, shows no sign of stopping. CG Tours, a shocking new type of fraud. Online robbery and internet fraud are going high-tech, with high-quality CG and evil usage of ubiquitous networks becoming increasingly common. Now an investigation of a scam group that was recently arrested has revealed some unbelievable methods. A 4-month trip around the world on the Queen Milano, one day, John Doe came across this article on the internet. It said that a giant cruise ship used as an athlete's village for the Olympics 3 years ago had been brought by Company S, who had then proceeded to convert it into a gorgeous luxury cruise ship and was inviting 300 passengers for its maiden voyage. The tickets were a bargain at $50,000 per person for a private cabin. With his marriage coming up in 3 months, John decided to sign up for the tour. As a present for his wife-to-be, he entered his citizen number and other personal information into their website and wired Company S $10,000 from his bank. But when he and his wife arrived at the harbour on the day of the departure, they were only greeted with the unbelieving stares of other baggage-laden passengers. There was no sign of the ship, nor of any Company S employees. Calls were quickly made, but the number had been disconnected. Attempts to view the company's website soon found that their domain had vanished. So why didn't John and the other victims ever think that this tour was a scam? The key was in Company S's website. The website was home to a movie that claimed to be a clip of a travel information show that had been seen on TV. Pictures that showed off the beautiful interior in great detail. Pictures and comments of the ship's crew, and all sorts of other content that one would expect to find at any travel agency. But the truth was that every single bit of that content was nothing but computer graphics. The arrested scam group... Bleh. The arrested scam group used this and other methods to gain people's personal information and put it to evil use, including forcing their way into people's homes and selling their private info. Thanks to these and other showy crimes, the authorities initially declared that it was only a matter of time before the culprits were caught. But the actual arrest proved more difficult than anyone thought. Toward the end, the investigation was being toyed with completely by the scammers. The break came when a high-ranking woman from the group came and turned herself in. She informed the authorities of the next house the group was planning to steal and set the stage for their arrest. Thanks to this, everyone in the group except for the leader was successfully captured. When asked why she turned herself in, the woman replied, "I thought it was time for me to grow up." The man thought to be the group's leader is still at large. Authorities planned to continue their pursuit and to continue to press charges against the other members' numerous crimes. Regenerated organs transplant succeeds. A medical team at Takayuma University has succeeded at transplanting nerve tissue created from mycelial stem cells. The team used a sample of the patient's osteoblast cells, MSCs, that had been converted to bone cells to create transplantable nerve tissue. It is expected that the next stage for this success will lead to treatment of previously unmanageable diseases and reduce the need for outside donors. MSCs are also known as the second all-purpose cell and have been confirmed to be in bone, cartilage, fat, muscle, ligament, heart, liver, and other cells. And unlike ESCs, they are taken from the patient's own bone marrow or wisdom teeth, which eliminates any moral concerns. They can be preserved indefinitely if frozen at -180 Celsius, with liquid nitrogen, and then thawed with nearly 100% chance of collecting the original cells. The Takayuma University team plans to continue research on MSCs, try and find methods of regenerating previously impossible to regenerate organs. However, as these advances also increase the possibility of creating a perfect human clone, the Ministry of Education and Science has decided to create a panel of experts to determine what changes should be made to the cloning laws. 1. Embryonic stem cells. These are cells that exist inside nearly all organs and can be specialized for almost all the different types of tissue. They have been called the all-purpose cell for their ability to propagate and ease of application, as they were once celebrated as the second coming in medical technology. However, in 2015, the fact that they were being taken from unused fertilized human eggs became a point of moral conflict, and their use in organ and tissue regeneration was prohibited worldwide. The truth behind ULCs. Companies known as ULCs, or unsubstantial liability companies, have been increasing all over the world. Although this phrase may sound like it refers to criminal fronts or scams, in truth it refers to a number of legitimate, well-known companies, including many which saw commercials on primetime TV. However, what these companies do lack is substance. Where things like office buildings simply don't exist, their employees do not come to work. Instead, they telecommute from home. To begin their workday, they simply press a button on a company-only website. Documents and data necessary for their work are all handled on the server. Communication between employees are held with email and chat software, with important meetings behind held with webcams. Each break time and retirement are handled with a single button. A casual observer would be right to wonder how the work gets done. We spoke to the president of one of these ULCs, Isio Inamata of Opsalos, Inc. Opsalos is a software development company that employs 200 employees. Their motto is fun, useful things at low prices, and they have created a number of popular products such as electronic autograph books for children and dialect translation software. To be honest, getting things started was quite difficult. Our employees were confused and none of our data was coordinated. Under normal circumstances, we would have called in everyone for disciplinary measures. However, I deliberately chose not to say anything, and instead I somehow matched up all our mismatched data and uploaded it to our servers for all our employees to see. Once our employees began to work together, things really started to take off. Now we're all on the same page, each with overflowing loads of email in our inboxes. ULCs continue to increase in number. According to various network providers, approximately 30 new ULCs start up every day, and on the other side, half that many ULCs disappear at the same rate. Inamata finished the interview with the following comments. In the end, companies remain as companies no matter what shape they take, which is exactly why we take our company and our business as seriously as we can. The desert will save us. 100 megawatt solar panel plant has been completed in Mongolia's Gobi Desert with the help of Japanese technology and funding. Solar energy is the ultimate type of clean energy. The amount of solar energy that reaches the Earth is only 1 out of 2,200,000,000 of the total energy produced by the Sun, and yet a mere hour's worth of that energy would be enough to meet the energy needs of every human on Earth for a year. The Gobi Desert receives twice the solar radiation of Tokyo, and its low atmospheric temperature and moderate wind conditions make it a well-suited environment for the plant. Currently, the rate of solar power conversion lies at 30%, but plans are in place to improve it, as well as to construct all new plants. That's the news done. Server trouble victims. Hello all, this is my first time posting on this board. I'm Heel Red, the leader of the medical union. The last round of server trouble was truly amazing. I was inside the game, unable to log out. True pickle. Currently, we at the medical union are investigating the situation on our own. We would love for any of the other server trouble victims to assist us. As soon as the results of our investigation are completed, we plan to send them to CC Corp and launch a full protest. If you would like to help, please whisper at me at either Saisaku or Hideo. Thank you. Come on, there's no way anyone could get trapped inside a game. Please stop spreading your lies. What are you going to do if CC Corp ends up shutting down the world? How are you going to take responsibility if that happens? That said, let me now offer my personal opinion. I've always respected the medical union up until now. I'm extremely disappointed after reading this post. Can't believe your entire guild would be willing to be a willing accomplice to what amounts to an act of cyber terrorism. It's still not too late. Please stop this while you can. All Red is telling the truth. We really were trapped inside the world. Please believe us. When you say trapped, you mean that you weren't able to log out, right? I personally think you're severely exaggerating. Please stop making this such a big deal. You mean you weren't able to log out, right? No, I mean that we really were inside the world. I distinctly remember trying to move my fingers and having my character move theirs the same way. It was no mistake. Nah, I'm afraid I still can't believe it. I mean, there's just no way that could happen. I distinctly remember trying to move my fingers and having my character move their fingers in the same way. There was no mistake. Like one of those BCI things. What are you gonna do if CC Corp ends up shutting down the world? This is my biggest concern too. To be honest, it's really a nuisance how much stir this is causing. Sounds like one of those BCI things. Oh yeah, I saw that in the news. The new type of interface, right? I distinctly remember trying to move my fingers and having my character move their fingers in the same way. There was no mistake. It's true that these kind of things would be entirely possible with a BCI system. Maybe CC Corp accidentally overwrote the world program with an experimental one used for a BCI experiment? Would love for any of the other server trouble victims to assist us. Don't mind, I'll be glad to help. I'll whisper you later. Maybe CC Corp accidentally overwrote the world program with an experimental one used for a BCI experiment. Can't explain this too well, but I can guarantee you it had nothing to do with a program like that. Gotta write this down. You're Red, Sagittarius, Cypher, Vigilus. Would you mind telling me your stories? I'll whisper you in town. Where can I get shell? Oh, I read all this already. I'm looking for an shell. I just started, so I don't have much money. I'm not hoping to get some monster treasure chest. Where can I find one? Someone tell me. Wait, log. Okay, I get it. Really no need to freaking have them with a giant fucking log logo next to them though, so... How do I make a deck, Kazuki? I don't get it. Tell me how. Yet another bare bones post, eh? I'll assume that you didn't understand what the official explanation meant. Alright then, I'll try to explain this as easily as I can. Decks are made up of 4 cards. They break down like so. General card times 1, unit card times 3. This is the basic rule you must follow whenever you make a new deck. Other rules are the total cost of the unit card must be the same or equal to the general card's charisma. As long as the general card's charisma allows it, you can have as many of the same unit card in the deck as you like. General card stats contain the following characteristics. A general with high charisma will have low AP and HP. A general with low charisma will have high AP and HP. Using this information I mentioned in my last response, general card stats, I will now tell you what kind of unit cards to use to construct different kinds of decks based on your general's characteristics. Improve on your general's strong points. For example, if your general has a lot of AP, put in a unit card that will raise it even more. Make up for your general's weak points. For example, if your general doesn't have much HP, include a unit card that will raise it. Make your general stronger all around, for example. If your general has a lot of AP but almost no HP, use unit cards that will not only raise their HP but also make it so they can attack. Combination of the 2 styles listed above. Although I've written down how to build a deck around your general here, you can also try building a deck around the unit cards you want to use once you've figured out the concept. When adding unit cards into a deck, be sure to think about how you'll want to best divide up your general's charisma. Specialist style. Style that beats everything you have on your best unit card. Junction ability. Once you've added any unit card with a high cost Add in 2 other unit cards to fill out the remaining charisma. These cards will usually have a cost of around 1 or 2. Balance style. A style that aims for victory by dividing your general's charisma evenly for a well-balanced deck that lacks any outstanding feature. For example, when using a general with an 8 charisma, you would use unit cards with a 3/3/2 cost. Rare cards may look to be really strong or have an amazing junction ability, but just putting one in your deck doesn't guarantee your victory. Be sure to double check your general card's characteristics and your unit card's characteristics, and think about how to use your general's charisma most effectively. Okay, that's it. Does that help? How do I use the menu? I don't get it. Tell me how. Did you read the manual? Try to figure these things out for yourself before asking other people. Miller, let me say this. I know this makes me sound like a grumpy elder, but try to be a little more polite when asking others for favours. No one's going to want to help you with an attitude like that. Attention. Now, I fully agree with what you're saying, but let's tell him anyway. Nice, it looks like he's still a child, okay? Kazuki, I'll explain in the next response. Cards. This lets you construct a deck, see the cards you own, and hold process battles. You can also use this to view the illustrations for all the cards you collect. About the term used, you're wondering what some of the words mean. I explain them all in the thread Crimson Versus is back. Versus. This lets you enter a deck made in the cards menu in the battle arena. Once entered, decks will automatically find opponents and fight them, so there's no need for the players to control them. Also, if you choose the log command in the Versus menu, you can see the battle log of your 20 most recent fights. Game Help explains how to play Crimson Versus, how to use the menus and other aspects. I recommend making this your first stop if you become unsure what to do. End. This will log you out of Crimson Versus and bring you back to your computer's desktop. You can save your game with Data Manager or something, just like you can with the world. Don't forget to save your game before turning off your computer. When playing Crimson Versus, your status is shown at the bottom right of the screen. I'll explain each status for you just in case. Player name displays the name you've chosen when making your account. Registered deck displays the name of the deck you currently have registered in your battle arena. Battle record displays your total battles, win, losses since starting the game. Cannot be reset. Rank displays your rank. Your rank goes up the more you win and goes down the more you lose. This should just about do it. Did that help? Crimson Versus is back. At long last, it's back. The rules and terms may have changed a lot, but who cares? I'm just happy to be able to play Crimson Versus again. Okay, I'm off to jump into the red hot world all over again. Yippee! They restarted service? This is great! Still, they've made a lot of changes since before. They've even gone and changed some of the terms. To mention that we can't use any of our old cards. All that money I spent on them. I'm sure that this is all part of the fresh start to help draw in new players, but for the people who were playing before, it's harsh. Since there seems to be a lot of confusion with the new changes, I thought I'd try summing up the terms. Hopefully this will help the new players too. Deck. A group of cards made up of specified numbers. Entering this deck into a battle arena will let you fight with it in card battles. A single account can hold up to 3 decks. General cards. The card that commands the deck. The winner of a card battle is decided by the results of the battle between general cards. Unit cards. The rank and file of Crimson Versus. They exist in order to add junction abilities, see below, to the general card. The results of unit cards battles will have no direct effect on the winner of the card battle. Charisma. A stat held only by general cards, primarily used only when constructing a deck. The 3 unit cards chosen must have their cost, see below, be the same or less than the general's card's charisma. Since this is pretty long, I'll write the rest in the next response. Continuing from the last response. Cost. A stat held only by unit cards. The unit cards can The unit cards you use in your deck must have their total cost be the same or less than the general card's charisma. Also, cost is used for attacking and defending during the unit card battles. Easy to understand if you think of the cost as the unit card's AP attack power for the unit card battles. Junction abilities. Special abilities held only by unit cards. These abilities do not activate at all during unit card battles. Instead, they activate after the unit cards they belong to win their unit card battles before being junctioned to the general card. Continuing even more. Trinity, an elemental stat held by all cards. Trinities fall into the following three types: Assault, Snipe, Shield. Trinities act like a rock, paper, scissors. Assault beats Shield, Shield beats Snipe, Snipe beats Assault, and so on. Rarity, a stat held by all cards, displays the chance of acquiring that card. Rarity falls into the following four types: Common, Rare, Super Rare, Ultra Rare. Common is the one found most often, and Ultra Rare is the one found least often. That should just about do it. Thanks for the summary. Man, they sure made a lot of changes. I'll have to learn the new card balances all over again. System trouble. First it was comas, now it's containment. Man, CC Corp never at a loss for news. And whose kind of fantasy was it to be trapped inside the world anyway? I can't believe this kind of tripe passes for news, honestly. Yeah, but looking back at all the other incidents, are they all things that you'd think could normally never happen? Maybe they're just putting on a big charade, lol. You know, to have more people find out about CC Corp and sell lots of games. Maybe they're just putting on a big charade, lol. You know, to have more people find out about CC Corp and sell lots of games. Even at the expense of their reputation. Personally, I think that's an even less likely explanation. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense to have them all be rumors spread by competing companies jealous of the world's success? When I heard about the latest incident, I thought it sounded like fun. I wouldn't want to fall into a coma, but I love the idea of being trapped in a game, lol. You could dive into your favourite game world, hunt all the monsters you want, and aim to be the game's new protagonist. Although personally, instead of a fantasy world, I'd want to visit a dirty, grimy world where demons and stuff are always flying around. You could dive into your favourite game world, hunt all the monsters you want, and aim to be the game's new protagonist. I know just how you feel, lol. Personally, I prefer the traditional fantasy world myself, lol. Still, I can't believe this actually happened. I'm thinking it's just like CC Corp said, and that it was just some kind of subliminal thing written into the game's programming. And they said this in the news story too, but subliminal effects don't contain nearly the kind of hypnotic effects that many people believe. Scientists have been studying subliminal effects for years, but none of their experiments have proven anything except that they exist. It's true that there are software programs being sold that use subliminal thoughts for help functions, but their actual effects are sketchy at best. I think we'd be better off considering the subliminal part of the story as some kind of lie CC Corp is feeding us to stall for time. Trapped inside the world, eh? So, were their minds and bodies sucked into the computers and all? I have to agree with Stella. This whole story sounds like some kind of cheap shot from a less successful competitor. I can somewhat accept the idea of having an online game put you into a coma, but actually being sucked into the game world itself? Lol. Sounds just like something a kid would come up with. Gotta write this down. Looks like there's no one personally involved with this incident here. Lost Ground Megafred. The Lost Ground, the world's greatest mystery. Some rumors say that they are the legacy of the Twilight Epitaph. Other rumors say they are the guides to the Key of the Twilight. This land appears out of nowhere only to disappear again. Should we gather up all the rumors and information we know of this threat? I'll start things off with an example. Official name, Hansgrohe Cathedral. Yeah, Hulgrand's Cathedral, even. Yeah. That which hides the heavens. Area words. Delta. Hidden, forbidden, holy ground. Official setting. The holy cathedral in which the humans imprison the goddess Aurora. Rumor. If you come here at 12 AM in real life time, you can hear a young girl crying. Those who hear her crying will fall into a coma 1 week later. You target and search the mark on the altar, you will be cursed, and eventually your real life self will be PK'd by Triage. So that's the idea. What other rumors do you know? Official name. Archelone Waterfall, Land of Origin, Area words. Delta, hidden forbidden radiation. Official setting. This place, the place where a young cleric summoned the gods and the humans fought the powers of the shadow. Rumors. Using a special item here will open up a new path that will let you enter the temple behind the waterfall. Official name. Mongabara Wall, the final gate. Area words. Delta, hidden forbidden bulwark. Official setting. Giant gate which blocks the way to the heavens, protected by the god of law full set. Rumors. Bringing the key of Twilight here will open the gate. The god of the world is on the other side of the gate, and he will grant the wishes of those who bring him the key. Official name. Isle of Kings, High Brasilia, Eternal Paradise. Area words. None. It is inside Mackinac, but you can only go there when for the party that celebrates a new arena emperor. Official setting. An artificial island created by the humans who fought and won against the gods. Contains a chapel that was built as a victory memorial. Rumors. Players who have become Arena Emperor can get a special Emperor-only skill from CC Corp here. Oh, okay, this will take a while. Blade and Edge team. Nice to meet you. I'm someone just trying to raise my level in the world. That said, I remember being PK'd by these two when I was just starting out. Still, even when I'd been PK'd, I was more impressed with how pretty the graphics were, rather than being upset at being killed. That's strange. The image has burned itself into my brain so well it's probably never go away. And today I'm working hard to surpass these two. I guess they kind of became role models for me somewhere along the line. I think I've become decently strong these days, so I'd like to try fighting them again. To tell the truth, I have no idea what their names are. If anyone knows or has seen them around, I'd be grateful for any information you could pass on. Yeah, that drawing completely captures the beauty of the world. Spectacularly. I could almost lose myself in it. Those two are a pair of PKers that often go after beginning players. I believe the male Blade Brigadier is called Earton, and the female Edge Punisher is called Asta. So your frustration turned into admiration somewhere along the way. That's real nice. You'll find them someday. My partner is gone. From the day I first started the world up, until yesterday, my partner who had stuck with me through thick and thin finally passed on. Of course, when I say partner, I mean my head-mounted display. It was a Sones Neural Goggle HMD that was always being advertised in those "you're going to play the world" commercials. The fact that it was missing a few pixels on each side was all part of its charm. Now that I think about it, I realise it's been 7 years. Thanks, partner. The picture I posted here is the Harvest Cleric that was the last thing my HMD ever showed me. It got burned into the display when it broke, and I haven't been able to get the image out of my head since. Which is why I shared it with you. I'll go buy a new HMD tomorrow. It's been 7 years, then it must have been pretty big. The new ones today are really tiny. After all, it's now perfectly natural to go around wearing them outside. Of course, what with that creepy doll syndrome and stuff going around, better not to play online games too much. That would probably sound more convincing if I hadn't just become level 43 myself. I just made it to level 12 myself. An old-fashioned HMD, eh? Yeah, the new ones are so much better. I'd like to get a new tiny one myself, but they're just too expensive for me now. On a different note, that's a great drawing. I want to ask you for art lessons. That's an awesome drawing. So good, it makes me wonder if I'm worthy to even be here. On earth did you get that good at drawing? Please tell me. I'd also appreciate a lesson on colour usage while you're at it. I guess doing it with a mouse won't cut it anymore. How do you do it? 7 years. Those old models were really heavy, weren't they? New ones are great. I just wish I had cash. That's so lucky that you were able to see that harvest cleric so clearly for your last scene. He's beautiful. Good luck with your new HMD. Whoa, they still sell HMDs somewhere. All I can see at the stores here are the M2Ds. Hi there. Call me Tasna. 7 years. That's an amazing HMD you had. I just started today myself. Well, I did have a bit of an accident getting set up though. Your art skills are amazing. Fantastic. I wish I could draw like that. But please consider being my teacher. Finally, please hurry up. Buy your new HMD and come back here soon, lol. That's a cute harvest cleric. That's amazing that your HMD lasted for 7 years. I always get personally attached to things that have been with me for a long time too. According to the nearby used goods store owner, they're no longer making HMDs at all. Any you find these days are all used ones, bought off of customers or old inventory gotten rid of by stores. There were still 5 left in that used goods store, though. It's true that M2Ds are what's in these days, but even with reduced prices, they're still too much for most students. In my case, I had to beg my dad over and over before he agreed to buy me one for my birthday. Displays have been getting lighter since they started making plastic ones a few years ago. For some reason, they're still selling them at high prices. Truly a shame. Science needs to hurry up and get on the ball. These days, it's sun visor styles that are popular. My younger sister has one, but she had to save her allowance for months to be able to afford it. I'd like to get one too, but my parents just say to make do with our computer's monitor. That harvest cleric is definitely cute, but I'm more impressed by your drawing skill. M2D is definitely expensive. I've been working part-time to afford one, but I finally picked one up. Man, scientific progress has been amazing lately. I don't know how we ever put up with monitors, lol. And there were still some HMDs at my local electronics store. The difference between it and new M2Ds are still night and day, but it's lighter than my old partner, and has more endurance to boot. Much better battery power. She's a serious girl with no missing pixels. I'm no longer making HMDs at all. I totally thought they were. Besides, M2Ds look like they'd fall apart at the slightest mistake. Heck, I have a friend who broke his by falling asleep and having them slip off his face. Anyways, I'm off to continue my adventures with my brand new partner. You should have seen her. Hello, I'm Town, the steam gunner who never levels up because he always spends his time looking at the graphics. The other day I looked at the graphics in Mackanu like I always do when suddenly this player character in an amazing costume came bounding into my sight. She looked like a character that had taken everything great from the super sexy costumes from the past and put them all into a character design. I was so overcome by the sudden shock and volume that I actually got a nosebleed. My controller now has the blood stain to show for it. I tried to follow her to better study the graphics. I got spotted and chewed out, but it was worth it. You're too late. Fire's already been claimed many times over. First, me. Second, me. Third, me. 14th, Georges. 1825th, Julius. 300 millionth, Town. I just took a look at the others, read. Oh, she's called Pie, eh? And hey, what's with the low ranking? Not to mention you put George's way up there like it was nothing. Oh yeah, thanks for the light, Blue Eyes. Sorry about that, Julius. Far more skin than cloth. 3 cheers for R2! Her glasses. Fog up her glasses. Then to get rid of the fog, she'll turn on the wipers for her glasses. But that won't be fast enough, so she'll turn them to high, and the white button will become a self-destruct button. And it's easy to see who will win. I'll be sending you our information bill later. 500 million worth. I'm down from 25th. Hey, there's no need to get depressed. There's no ranking when it comes to feelings. Character's so cool for a female. It's like she's so hot, but also so cool that she hits that sweet spot in my strike zone perfectly. Recently I saw her in Makanu Central District. Worked up all my courage and talked to her, but she shot me down with a cold "keep it short." Wonder if she's considered joining my guild, Soul Companions. Wouldn't care how many other guilds she was in. Wherever there are chimp spears. Hello, I'm Ko, and I'm new here. I've been playing the world for a while now, but I just now realised something. All the chim assassins I've been taking out up till now, they only show up to take revenge for their chim friends. I thought of it that way. I couldn't find it in me to kick them anymore. Any of you have something like that that you never thought about until it suddenly hit you one day? Ninjas. There was a chim assassin version of a chim king. I bet it'd be pretty tough, like it would be taking revenge for all the chims. Madam Pie. Remember the final Demon Palace tournament battle that Team Hasio won? Sure, everyone's eyes were on Hasio, but mine were on none other than beautiful woman on the opposing Team Kun. She may not have taken away the title, but she did take away my heart. I can only pray that my love makes its way to her heart intact. Too late, I called dibs. Damn, I suppose trial and tribulation are unavoidable in true love, but I'm not giving up that easily. I also fell hard for Madam Pie. I won't give up either. Too late. First me, second me, third me, 25th Julius, 20,564th Georges. You big meanie. You only got where you are by mixing up with PKers. Come on, raise my ranking a bit. Georges, I've helped some out. But I've never been helped by any of them. I'll switch your ranking with Julius. May have helped some out, but I've never been helped by any of them. Oh really? Didn't a certain PKKS save you from being beaten to a pulp by some PKS? You know, right before you gave him an item and begged him to keep it a secret. Midnight special? Me? Ridiculous? That must be a fake. I don't mind being called such things, but some other guys would probably take them a lot harder. They say that when you look down on others, you also look down on yourself. Be careful as to what you say from now on. You're too late. I was here before any of you. Meko half. Do your homework and go to sleep already. Okay, good night. He's great, but I also like Atali. A while ago I saw her with a lonely look on her face, just like in this picture. Maybe I should have taken the chance to talk to her. I'll rather talk to you myself. You're really good. Ranking's surprisingly high. At least that's what I thought before you switched it. It's a fantastic picture of Atali. Be careful. After a nasty virus attack, my computer's gone for good. Trying to repair it, but everything's been reformatted. It's very depressing. Of course, this goes without saying, but as a result, I can't use my The World character anymore. So, since there was nothing to be done, I made a second character, Boxer, named Kaku. Be nice, okay? Oh, and please watch out for viruses yourself. Sorry to hear about your computer. But since you were able to come back, at least we know At least we know you weren't taken out by that famous PKer. Just kidding. Tell you what, why don't we meet up at the arena to... Now that I look closely, I think she's a female character. It's not my usual policy to initiate fights against females. For some reason I feel like I can fight against you with no problem. Maybe because she doesn't look very feminine. Looks pretty strong. Her speed could be quite a problem. Namang. Since you were able to come back at least, we know you weren't taken out by that famous PK. Well, I did feel like I was going to faint when my computer stopped responding. Well, fortunately I was able to pull myself together. Tell you what, why don't we meet up at the arena too? Oh, the arena, eh? I was just thinking that I wanted to try that. I'll get some friends together and challenge you, then I'll show you just how manly I can be. He looks like a woman but acts like a man, lol. Blue-Eye Samurai. Speed could be quite a problem. Just so you know, I'm quite confident in my speed. I'm especially good at repeatedly jumping from side to side. Wait, that doesn't sound right, lol. Tree Seminar. Hello, this is my first post at App Kalu. I just came back from the recent Moontree seminar. I was there as one of the staff, but I'm afraid I got nervous in front of so many people and made a lot of trouble for my fellow staff members. Thanks to Hadley from the second unit, I was able to finish up the seminar. Hadley, thanks a ton for your help. Good work on the seminar, and wow, that me. Thank you so much for your beautiful portrayal. Thanks to Adelaide from the second unit, I was able to finish up the seminar. Adelaide, thanks a ton for your help. Not at all. I should be thanking you. I was only able to do my best because you were there doing the same. Truly appreciate it. Let's do our best on the next seminar too. One must live strong to live it all. You'll soon be offered a very expensive vase or something. Seminar? I couldn't handle being forced to do something like that in a game. That's scarier than PKs. One day I was invited to attend one of those by no less than 10 Moontree characters. Admired. Tried drawing Ovan and Hasio from the guild I admire, the Twilight Brigade. Those two were just too cool. I was shocked when I heard that the guild had been disbanded, but lately I see Hasio around Makanu a lot. I'm gonna work up my courage and talk to him the next time I see him. Coloured pencils? I haven't seen analog colouring in a long time. You start PKing a lot, you'll probably meet Haseo, whether you want to or not, don't you think? Remember how nervous I felt the first time I talked to someone I admired. Good luck, Rainbow Rukio. You know, I saw the person on the right just the other day. Saw him in town, lol. Twilight Brigade. I remember them. I used to look up to them too. Ovan and Shino, who both loved illustrations. It was so mysterious and cool. Although, every time I see one of Biwa's pictures, I always think the same thing. Beautiful, of course. Ovan and Shino are beautiful too. Especially Shino. She's so hot. Oh man, my nose won't stop bleeding. Rainbow Rukio. Part of me is moved and part of me is disturbed. All scared, thinking that Jin is gonna start stabbing things. Biwa, your drawing is wonderful. Jino's smile feels like it's shooting straight through my heart. Difficult monsters. Hello, does anyone here have monsters that always give them a hard time? For me, it's Holy Eaters. Not only are they really strong, but they even heal themselves. I struggle every day to find some way of beating them. If anyone here has some monsters they find difficult, or better ways of defeating them, please let me know, for future reference. Attack from behind. I did. Sorry. Poison them. Sorry again. Fight them head on. There is no other way. Guess my only choice is to get stronger. Guess it's time to start building up some EXP. Beast on Decay, Blue-Eye Samurai, SR. Give your responses. Jim. Hello. Today I read a manga that my mother used to read a long time ago. It was quite an eye-opener. I think a Chim Chim with a human face would be very, very cute. Whoa, it's a lady Chim, lol. You've really improved, Johnson. This isn't related to the main post, but your mother is quite... Never mind. You scare me. Wow, I just got a crazy image in my head of a Chim Chim's face when they get a exclamation mark over their heads. I also love the Chims. Make sure to kick at least 100 of them every day. I like to kick Chims whenever I've had a bad day, like when my life is getting on my case again. Chim Team, I get the feeling that you really like Chims. I also love the way they bend after you kick them. Yeah. God, Chim Chim, it loves hearing the words barbecue lunch. What do you think? I like how you have it so that he likes the sound of barbecue lunch instead of the actual lunch. Lol, good stuff. Keep them up. To Johnson, who loves Chim Chims. I hear they have sweets like this out now. Sadly, I don't know where you can get them. Looks good. Candy looks like a rock. Dendaro, that looks yummy. You must prefer snacks to meals. Hi, Samurai. How did you know? Wonderful. It's a candy that'll have kids crying. Oh shit, when you're not letting me bloody move the menus around. Ah, it's that button. Okay. Long battles, okay. Okay. Hmm. Well. That one in there. That just sucks. I'm going wrong with this. Yeah, that one won. Okay. Right. Notice. Campaign end. Dear Haseo, thank you for your regular patronage of the world. This is to inform you that the following campaigns have now ended. Stray Mecha Grunty, Kim Kicker, Lucky Data Collection, Pikmin's Model, Chase the Bounty. Thank you for playing the world. If you are not sure where you received this email, please contact our customer center. We apologize for the inconvenience. I've already done all them, so it doesn't really matter. Notice. Upgrades. Dear Haseo, thank you for your regular patronage of the world. In the latest upgrades, the following changes have been made to the game. Battle. Dual sword actions. The following changes have been made to dual swords. Combo motions. The number of combo hits has been raised from 4 to 7, but the number of button presses required to use them has not been changed. Charge attacks. You must now attack an enemy at least once before using a charge attack. Broadsword actions. The following changes have been made to broadswords. Charge movement. You can now move around freely if you hold down the X button after filling up the charge attack gauge. Charge attack gauge. Charge attack gauge has expanded from 1 gauge level to 3. Charge shockwave. By filling up the charge gauge attack gauge past a certain point, you will now be able to use a follow-up attack in the form of a shockwave. You can use up to 3 shockwaves depending on the level of charge gauge attack. Status effects. The following status effects have been added. Paralysis. Periodically prevents you from performing actions for a set period of time. Seal. Temporarily disables the use of skills. Slow. Temporarily decreases movement speed. Note, all of these status effects can be nullified by abilities, among other things. This concludes the changes. Please continue to enjoy the world to your heart's content. If you're not sure when you received this email, please contact our customer center. We apologize for the inconvenience. Crimsonverse is now open. Dear Haseo, thank you for your regular patronage of the world. After a brief down period to upgrade the service, we are pleased to inform you that Crimsonverse is once again available for all to enjoy. You may now use the Crimsonverse icon on the desktop to access the Crimsonverse service. Collect lots of cards, create your own powerful deck, and enjoy the white-hot card battles that Crimsonverse has to offer. If you're not sure when you received this email, please contact our customer center. We apologize for the inconvenience. Uchi Yamada, conversion bonus. Thank you for converting your data to .hackgu Volume 2 Reminisce. Pleased to present you with the following bonuses for your conversion. GP. We have added 5,000 GP to your existing GP brought over from .hackgu version 1 Rebirth. Utterly fucking pointless. Item set. We've added additional items to your existing inventory brought over from .hackgu Volume 1 Rebirth. If you do not have enough empty slots in your inventory or storehouse, you will receive GP equivalent to the value of the items. Bonus movies. We have added 3 new movies to the movie player on the desktop. Doppelganger's Weapon. If you defeated a doppelganger in .hackgu Volume 1 Rebirth and got the key item Own King, you can receive the doppelganger-only weapon, Mind's Invasion, by defeating a doppelganger in this game. Please enjoy your time with .hackgu Volume 2 Reminisce. Natalie, my voice. I'm very relieved to have made it back to the real world. Sakaki and Zelkova made it back safe as well. That was truly an unenviable experience, wasn't it? Still can't quite believe that our minds were trapped inside the game. Inside of a game. So, about my symptoms. I can talk in real life now, but I can't feel anything in the tip of my hand. It's in the exact same spot where my character was cracked. I'm a little scared. When I went to the hospital, the doctor told me that my symptoms resembled those of Doll syndrome, but he couldn't tell me what could have caused them. I would be fine once I got back to the real world. What should I do, Haseo? We have a little time to talk? I do. Please meet me at the front of the fountain in the Alchemy District. Natalie.
Her hand is paralyzed, so the real Natalie is... There's no way a doctor can help her. The problem's got to be Aida.
Ugh. A lot of reading out of these. Post has been deleted by an admin. Deleted by an admin. Deleted by an admin. Everyone, please calm down. Even if what you're all saying is true, no one will believe you with posts like that. While it's true that there was some server problems, actually the server crashed for a while, it only lasted for a few minutes. It was nowhere near the length of time you've mentioned. This is a fact acknowledged by most players. If you wish to deny this, I can only say that you simply must calm down, relax, and please post what happened with as many details as possible. Post deleted by admin. Kestrel and others made a big deal. It does seem likely. Is it just me, or does this all seem serious? There. Does this all seem suspiciously made up? It's just a big joke that got started on another forum. Post deleted by admin. Post deleted by admin. I gotta write this down. Ingress, Alice, Hiroki, Fatal, Jack, Ui. Would you mind telling me your stories? Or must be you in town? Sunwater, may I humbly request that you allow me to sit in on your chat? On another note, it's amazing how thoroughly this conversation has been deleted. Sure, it's fine. On another note, it's amazing how thoroughly this conversation has been deleted. Maybe there's something shady going on in the background. Lol. What are the 3 new moves?
Today, 奴が戻ってくる。あの悲劇の舞台にな。奴が帰ってくる。
Just. Ugh, it's been Japanese. Me. Oh, then. Growth. Grow up. And basically, these are just recaps. Okay. That's what I'm getting from that. Right. Anyway, that was a hell of a lot of reading. Not as much as the first friggin' game at the start, but still enough to friggin' hurt my throat. So, I'm going to stop here for now. We shall continue this tomorrow. And now, though. Bye. Wait, no, that button. Bye.